Peaceful living, quiet community. We are talking about the Rookery of Gulf Shores right now. Hey there, this is Jeff Nelson with IXL Real Estate Eastern Shore. I am a realtor in Lower Alabama, and today we are talking about the Rookery, or the Rookery III, which I'm going to explain that in a minute. But this community is, I guess if you think about it this way, there are a few different condo communities in Gulf Shores that have aspects or characteristics that set themselves apart from other communities. Well, the Rookery III is one of those communities. This is actually, if you pull in there, it's actually going to look like single family homes, because these condos, it's not a high rise by any means, these are all 1 story, 3 bedroom, 2 bath, duplex style, or there's a couple of single family style in there, just 1 living unit per building. But for the most part, they're duplex style. So they look like homes, duplex, townhome type, but they're condos. So that means your HOA, the Homeowners Association fee, will cover insurance for the structure. So anyway, I like to say that the Rookery and the Rookery III is the quintessential beach cottage community. It is exactly how it feels when you drive in there. Let's explain what this is all about so far as the Rookery. Down in Fort Morgan, and I'll talk about Fort Morgan in a minute, but there are 2 neighborhoods off of 180 in Fort Morgan. One is called one is called the Rookery. Say that 5 times fast. And then right next door is Rookery III. There is no Rookery II in our MLS, so officially there is only Rookery and Rookery III. I had nothing to do with the development of these neighborhoods. That's just the name. So the Rookery is the oldest one, and only by a few years. And the Rookery III just started a few years later, and I'll talk about that in a second. But where is this neighborhood located? It is Fort Morgan. So if anybody knows anything about Gulf Shores, knows that if you look at a map and you see the peninsula that goes off to the west, that long stretch that goes off to the west, that is unofficially called Fort Morgan. The main highway that goes down there is Highway 180, and from Highway 59, which goes north and south to the beach, all the way to the west through Fort Morgan, that total distance is 20.6 miles. I'm pretty sure 20.6 miles from one side from 59 all the way to Fort Morgan's tip. So this area is so quiet because Fort Morgan is mainly single family homes on stilts. There are very few condo communities, maybe 5 or 6 that I can think of. In this 20-mile stretch, there's only like 5 condo communities, and there's even a smaller amount of businesses. You got a few convenience stores, a couple of convenience stores, you got a couple of restaurants, and that's about it. This is quiet. It's a 2-lane highway, 55 miles an hour, all the way east and west. And so that gives you an idea that when I say that the Rookery is 15 miles down Fort Morgan Road, that gives you an idea. It is quiet. So as you pull into the Rookery III, you're going to see wetlands, you're going to see nature, you're going to see sand, and you're going to see beach cottages. That's what it's going to look like. They're all going to look the same. They're all 3 bedroom, 2 baths. On the exterior, you got hardy plank concrete board for the exterior. You got metal roofing for the interior. They're all 3 bedroom and 2 bath. Square footage is a little different. The floor plans are almost exactly the same with just a few minor variations. But they are all around in between 1,135 square feet and 1,355 square feet. So it gives you an idea. But inside it's just one big wide open concept with the living room, dining room, and kitchen. That's just one big room, and then you got 3 bedrooms and 2 full baths that are around there. But you're going to have boardwalks, and you have dirt and gravel driveways, but it's cool. It's more like sand and gravel and palm trees. It's a beach community. And as it happens, the entrance to this neighborhood is just about a half a mile to the actual beach, which happens to be beautiful. So this, what other things you're going to find in Fort Morgan is not too much. You're going to find the beach. But this neighborhood is the perfect location if that's what you want. You want a quiet community. You don't mind driving 15 minutes, 20 minutes to get a loaf of bread. That's okay, because the Rouse's is 15 miles down the road. Tacky Jack's and Sassy Bass are 2 big restaurants that are on Fort Morgan. Tacky Jack's is 3.8 miles away from this community, and Sassy Bass is a half mile from the front entrance of the Rookery. Sassy Bass actually happens to be one of my favorites. 2 other communities on Fort Morgan are the Peninsula Golf Course, which is very nice. It's situated in a beautiful neighborhood called the Peninsula. And the other golf course is Kiva Dunes, which has been nationally recognized in many magazines all over the country. And that's 2.4 miles away. So here we have, if you are looking for a second home, full-time residence, or an investment property, and you want to be in a quiet part of our beautiful beach, Fort Morgan, then I think you really should think about the Rookery or the Rookery III. Both neighborhoods are going to be very similar. Homes in the Rookery finished, they started building in 2003, and they built on that side until 2006, so they're still not that old. Rookery III started in 2007, and they're still there's still a few lots in there now. I looked at one yesterday that was just finished in 2020, so there's a few lots left in there too. But man, it's just a neat community. So you can ride around your golf cart. Rookery III has 2 pools. Each unit, condo unit, has screened-in porch. They have boardwalks. Instead of sidewalks, they have boardwalks. So anyway, just a neat community. You're looking at prices right now. Again, this is at the end of April. We're almost to May. This is the end of April 2020. And home prices right now for the Rookery and Rookery III are in the mid-200s. So in the description below, I will have a link to all of the current condos for sale that are in the Rookery and the Rookery III. So please check it out. And if you haven't done so already, please subscribe. I put out a ton of videos about the community and about real estate in Lower Alabama. So check it out, and talk with you probably tomorrow.